Hey, how's it going? I hope you're all doing great. Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about something that, if you truly understand it, can completely change the way you see the market. Because we're not just going to talk about Bitcoin, we're also going to talk about why the market right now feels confusing, slow, or even contradictory. And we're going to take it one step further. I'm going to show you how fear is actually being built in the current market because that fear is not what most people think it is, and it's directly affecting how people are making decisions. We're going to break down what's really going on, what the media is actually doing, why their message is being misinterpreted, why historically these zones in Bitcoin aren't explosive, but rather sideways and boring, and why those big dramatic moves, the ones with huge wicks that we see all the time, are often nothing more than institutional noise. When you put all these pieces together, you'll understand why the market right now isn't trying to scare you into selling. Quite the opposite. So stick with me until the end, because this isn't just about charts, it's about understanding the game we're actually playing. Let's get into it. I want to start with something that not many people talk about, and I genuinely think it's important you understand this properly because there's something here that a lot of people are missing, and it's more twisted than it seems at first glance. I'm not saying that to exaggerate, I'm saying it because once you see how it really works, it completely changes the way you view the market. Let's start simple, step by step. You hear it all the time. The media is spreading fear, they're trying to scare people, it's all manipulation, they want you to sell so they can buy cheaper. And sure, when you hear that, it kind of makes sense. But the problem is, even though that idea sounds good, it's actually wrong. Is there manipulation? Of course, I'm not denying that. But it's not the kind of manipulation most people think. It's not happening the way people are telling you. The popular narrative right now is the media is trying to scare you because the market is going to crash. And I'm telling you, that's not what's happening. In fact, it's the opposite. If you really stop and analyze the message, and this is where most people don't take the time to look deeper, especially on social media and big financial outlets, they're not trying to scare you with a crash. They're making you afraid of being left out. And this is key. This changes everything. The message isn't this is going to zero. The real message is it might drop a bit more, but be careful because the rebound is going to be huge. There's not much time left. When it turns, it'll move fast, and if you're not in, you'll miss it. That creates a completely different kind of anxiety because it's not the classic fear of losing money, it's the fear of missing out. And psychologically, that's way more powerful than it seems. This kind of fear affects everyone. If you're already in the market, you start doubting, should I sell now or hold? What if I sell and it pumps right after? If you're out of the market, should I enter now? What if it drops more? But changes everything. But most of the time, it changes absolutely nothing. That's liquidity. That's institutional money entering or adjusting positions, especially during moments like the US market open. Big funds aren't thinking about Bitcoin the way you are. They're balancing entire portfolios, stocks, bonds, commodities. Bitcoin is just one piece, and when they adjust, they bring volume. That volume creates fast moves, long wicks, and stop hands. So what does retail do? Retail reacts, they panic, they enter late, they exit badly. And the same psychological pattern repeats: fear, doubt, uncertainty. And if you step back, you start to see how everything connects. Media pushing the fear of missing out. It comes down to three things: fear of missing the move, fear of selling and being wrong, fear of going against the market and getting wiped out. That's the real game. And if you don't see it, you're playing at a disadvantage. That's why I keep insisting on this, because once you understand it, your entire perspective changes. You stop chasing price, you stop reacting to every candle, and you start understanding context. When you connect the narrative, the psychology, the structure, and price behavior, everything starts to make sense. And you realize something very simple. The story you're being told isn't exactly what it seems. So, to wrap this up, we're not in just any moment in the market. We're in a phase where the narrative is distorted, fear is misinterpreted, and price is doing exactly what it typically does in these zones: accumulating. And that's both the most dangerous and the most interesting part, because this is where most people get it wrong. This is where people get tired, start doubting, exit the market, or don't even enter at all. And historically, this is where the biggest moves begin to build. But you only see that in hindsight. In real time, it always feels more uncertain than it actually is. So I'll leave you with one final idea. It's not about calling the exact bottom, it's about understanding what kind of zone you're in. And right now, everything suggests we're in one of those phases where the market is quiet, no hype, no excitement, but preparing something. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think? Do you see this as just another pause, or are we in front of something much bigger that hasn't fully revealed itself yet? If you enjoyed the video or got value from it, drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay sharp.